Hey y'all, welcome to our November episode of Fresh for Kids. Today we are going to make something so delicious that I really love, and they're really fun and easy to make for everyone of any age group. But I think that you guys will like to have this as a dish that you can be in charge of for all of your Thanksgiving family get-together needs. We are going to make mashed potato puffs. These are quite delicious. I did make them at home just a few days ago, and we really enjoyed them. They were delightful. So we are going to start out with our mashed potatoes. I did make these mashed potatoes myself, but you could absolutely do instant mashed potatoes. Whatever is your favorite way to make mashed potatoes, that's how you're going to start. I used Yukon Gold. Those and Russets have a higher starch content, so they make for really fluffy, creamy potatoes. And I did leave the skins on. So whatever your preference is, skins on, what type of potatoes you'd like to use. There are so many varieties of potatoes that can be used. So go with your favorite. By the way, do you have any idea how many varieties of potatoes actually exist in this world? If you said 5,000, you would be correct. I know, that's crazy, right? So many potatoes. All right, so we have got here our potatoes, about 2 cups of them, mashed. The 2 cups started out with about a pound of potatoes. So you play it by ear. This is one of those recipes where exact measurements are not that vital to the outcome of the situation. It's really just how you like it. So we've got those. In addition to that, we are going to put 2 whole eggs in here, which is going to kind of bind everything together and get it to stabilize them. So we're going to put our eggs in. The original recipe for sure called for 3 eggs. However, I found that to be a bit too much. And like I said, I use a lot more potatoes at home. So the more egg you put in it, the more quiche-like it's going to turn out. So we've got that. And then you're going to put about a cup of cheese. This is a smoked cheddar, and it is so delicious. The recipe also gave an option for putting in bacon or ham into it, which we did at home. We put diced ham. But if you are not a meat eater, but you still want to get that really smoky, delicious flavor, the smoked cheddar, I got this at Publix. It's delicious. Another little trick that I would like to share with you, if you don't have a cheese grater, because for some reason we don't have one here in our library kitchen, so I wasn't able to grate the cheese, so I just diced it up into tiny little cubes. So we're gonna pour that into our mashed potato mix. And we're gonna reserve a little bit so we can sprinkle some on the top once we put it in the oven. So the other thing on this recipe is a 1/4 cup of chives. So you can dice them up, or slice them actually, as small as you would like. If you are not comfortable using a kitchen knife to do this, you absolutely could use kitchen scissors. And that's really fun. It kind of makes it like a food craft. But of course, if you are using kitchen scissors, make sure that they are dedicated to only being used for food and not being used to cut anything else, and that they do get washed immediately after being used. You don't want old vegetables or anything stuck in the edges of your scissors. All right, so we've got that chopped up pretty finely. Like I said, you could do as large a pieces as you really like. There's no rules when it comes to chives. They are part of the scallion onion family, just a little bit lighter, but they have a nice crisp crunch to them. Give our mashed potato puffs a nice texture. So when you are at Publix or at any grocery store, whatever's closest to you, this is most likely how you're going to find the chives. They almost are always only available with the organic stuff. All right, so then comes our seasoning. We're gonna add a little bit of kosher salt. Kosher salt is just ideal for cooking in your recipe. Table salt, like the name implies, should just be on the table to add a little bit of extra if you would like your dish to have a little bit more salt. So we're gonna use some black pepper. White pepper is delicious as well. And I'm gonna just put a little bit of parsley in here. I love parsley. I did use fresh at home, but dried parsley is just as good. And of course, I do love garlic. Keeps the vampires away. And it tastes great. And I'm going to use just a sprinkle of turmeric. I don't know if you've ever used turmeric before, but it makes everything a beautiful golden color, and it is full of antioxidants. It's so good for you. It can alleviate inflammation. It just has wonderful properties to it that your body will really appreciate. So we're gonna mix all of this together. And then of course, like I said, you could always put meat in here if you like, if you wanted to put bacon or ham. That's what I used, and it was definitely delicious. There are a couple other ways that you can make this depending on what flavor profiles you really like. One of the suggestions on the recipe was to make it like a curry, and you could use curry powder and put some jalapenos in there to give them, you know, a little bit more of a higher spice level. You could go Italian and add oregano and basil, maybe even some sun-dried tomatoes in here. You could do it more of a Mexican flavor. You could put cilantro and some cumin. So really, whatever is your favorite taste, you could absolutely incorporate it into this recipe. Okay, so this is ready to go. It's all mixed together. It looks really pretty. It smells so good. All right, so the next thing we want to do, we're going to use mini muffin trays. Now, one thing it did say on the recipe was that you could use a traditional muffin pan, and I did try both at home, and I'll tell you that the mini muffins turned out much more successfully than in a larger standard size muffin tray. So we want to spray our muffin tin. I'm using canola. You could use olive oil, vegetable oil, whatever is your favorite kind of spray, whatever you've got in the house, it absolutely will work. If you don't have a spray, you can take a paper towel and just put a little bit of oil on it and kind of rub it around inside those little muffin spots. So one helpful hint I will tell you, if you're using spray, hold it over your kitchen sink to do it. You do not want to spray this where it's going to get on your tile floor, because you know what'll happen. It'll get on the floor, you'll step on it, you might slip and fall and get hurt. And we don't want that to happen. So we're gonna hold it over our sink and just lightly spray it until it's all covered. And then we are gonna take a spoon. Serving spoon is the perfect size. And we are just gonna fill these muffin tins right up to the top, like that. Depending on how many you make, if you've got a big party and a lot of people coming over, you might want to double your recipe and make a bunch more. We made quite a lot of them at my house. We had tons of them. But you know, we put them in an airtight container and into the refrigerator, and then the next day had leftovers, and we just popped them into the oven for about 5 minutes on 350, and they were perfect. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna finish filling up all of these trays, and then we're gonna put them into our oven that is preheated for 400 degrees, and we're gonna let them bake for 20 minutes. Before we put them in though, of course, I'm gonna sprinkle some of this cheese right on top so they are extra cheesy, just like me. So I'll see you back in just a few minutes. All right, we are back. So I have filled my little muffin tins, and now I'm just gonna sprinkle a little bit of that cheese on top. And since I've diced this and not grated it, we don't wanna go overboard because they're gonna be a little bit thicker than if it was shredded cheese. But like I said, any kind of cheese, whatever is your favorite. Gruyere is a really good one too. Of course, Parmesan. Those are traditionally pretty salty cheeses. So you want to take into account the salt level of the cheese you're using before you add salt to the potato mixture, because you don't want to overdo it and make them too salty. But the varieties are almost endless. There's more kinds of cheese than there are potatoes, 9,000 kinds of cheese. Some really fun little facts about potatoes. Potatoes have been a domesticated source of food since between 8 and 5,000 BC. So just doing some quick math on that, that's almost 10,000 years of potatoes being enjoyed. That's pretty amazing. There are some other really fun facts about potatoes too. Did you know that in 1995, potatoes were the very first vegetable grown in space? How cool is that? Yeah, that is pretty neat. Pretty neat that we were able to grow anything in space, but potatoes especially. They are really great for the environment. By comparison to a lot of other vegetables, they are much easier on the environment, as they don't require a lot of fertilizer and chemicals the way a lot of above ground vegetables do, because they're grown in the ground. If you rotate your crops and put vegetables that were here, over here, over here, kind of the next time around, you will create a lot of balance in the soil that you're growing your vegetables in. So, fun facts about potatoes. I do love potatoes. I love potatoes so much. How much, you ask? I have a dog named Potato. I think that just tells you my love right there. Okay, so I'm gonna put these 3 trays into our oven at 400 degrees for 20 minutes, and I'll show you how beautiful they are when they're all finished. We'll be back. And we are back with our finished little beautiful mashed potato puffs. These things smell so good. So we have taken them out of our oven. They are going to be very, very, very hot when you're taking them out. So please do make sure that you have the help of a grown-up when you're taking those out so that nobody gets burned. You'll want to wait about 5 to 10 minutes after you've taken them out of the oven for a couple of reasons. The first, as I just mentioned, it's all going to be very, very hot. Second of all, you want to make sure that they've cooled down enough so that they're going to hold together quite nicely when you pop them out of the muffin tins. You can go about it a couple of different ways. You can take a butter knife and you can just kind of circle all the way around and then get it underneath and pop it out. If you wait long enough when they're cooled down, you can just turn it upside down and they should come right out, especially since you've used that cooking spray. Whichever method does work best for you, although if your cheese is still very melty on the top, you'll want to be really careful when you're dumping them upside down that you don't get cheese all over whatever you are putting them on. So I hope that you love this recipe. Like I said, it's very easy to make and it's so easily customizable to whatever flavor profile works best for you. They're great for parties. They're a nice little finger food. You can put them on a tray and you don't even need utensils to eat these. You can pick them right up. They hold together quite nicely. Potatoes are just a really, really wonderful thing. I enjoy them immensely, as I have mentioned probably about 1,000 times now. But one of the cool magical things about potatoes is they do release serotonin in your brain, which is a happy chemical and makes you feel all right with the world. So anytime I'm a little sad, I just eat some potatoes and I always feel better. I hope that works for you too. And I hope you've enjoyed today's program. And just a reminder, a couple of days away, the 13th of November is World Kindness Day. So do be sure to wear your favorite cardigan in honor of Mr. Rogers and do something really kind for somebody near you. All right, we'll see you soon. Thanks for tuning in. Happy Thanksgiving.